Welcome back to the channel. I am headed down to Colorado to pick up a Lincoln 430 engine. Why? Well, a friend of a friend is doing a motor swap and he doesn't want to throw it away, and I'm going to use it for I don't know what, but it's free, so why not? Got my pallet, the straps, and a tire. You always need a tire to move an engine around. So we'll get down there and pick it up and see what we get. Well, we are coming up here into Pierce, Colorado. We're kind of chasing a rainstorm, but fortunately it's headed south, so I think we missed it. But we're on the South Greeley Highway. Well, here's the lovely tiny downtown of Pierce, Colorado. Well, hey, there's the Pierce Pub and the Senior Center. Let's say thanks to Aaron, the guy that pulled the engine out. He helped me load it up, and we're on our way. It took like 10 minutes, so I'll show you how I strapped it down. The town of Pierce. It's a nice little town. Anyway, riding on the bump stops. Got this big old sucker. Put it on a tire, because that's the only way to, carry an engine. And I strapped to this, this thing, because, well, I don't have any tie downs. So, got the transmission too, torque converter, everything, so should be good to go. Just, there we go. Just ruin these plug wires here. That's fine. That distributor will hold it together. All right, I knew I brought some extra blocks of wood for a reason. So now it's keeping it off the valve covers and the plug wire. So now head north, that way. Almost home. We're kind of going into another rainstorm. Of course, I didn't cover the carburetor, but if you go fast enough, the water just kind of, goes across the car, so it'll be fine. Well, we're in it now. It's coming down a little bit. The sun is shining to the south, naturally, and it's raining. So, there's a rainbow. Is it a double rainbow? Double rainbow? How is it even real? It's a full rainbow. And there's a full 430 in the back there. My crate's doing good. It's just getting a little power wash right now. We made it! Alright, so I got a little sideways on me at the end there. Apparently the rain reduced the coefficient drag word I just made up. Anyway, got a little slickery around the last curve, but we made it. Here's the cab over. In hindsight, this was not a good idea. Well, maybe the transmission would have stopped this from sliding into the window, and then my free engine would turn into a really expensive glass replacement. So I gotta move some stuff around in the shop. It looks like it's gonna rain, so I'm gonna cover this for now, just leave it in the back of the truck. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll do something crazy like get it running. Well, I'm just now seeing that if I really wanted to fire this thing up, I'd actually have to bolt the transmission back to it because that's where the starter bolts. But the cool thing is I got the transmission too. So I can make that happen. Maybe not tonight, but I have been known to obsess over things and I can't sleep until I do it. So who knows? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, got some other pieces here. Got the fan and the pulley, starter, generator, which is cool. And then it even has the AC pump. Feels like it works. I don't know. I don't know anything about old AC pumps, but this is the craziest thing. Look where the fuel pump is in the top middle of the engine. That's so cool. That'd be the easiest fuel pump to replace. I guess it must have a, somehow it runs off the cam. Anyway, I've got a reservoir here, oil fill. It's pretty complete. I think that's an aluminum pulley. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, completage. Like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for. I have an idea, but would I buy a truck just because I already had an engine? The answer is yes. Most definitely yes. Well, I couldn't have timed that better. Got home, decided, let's throw a tarp over it. Because here comes the rain. I hope the lightning and thunder goes off again. That was pretty intense. Apparently it's monsoon season here in Laramie, Wyoming, which means my shop floor is going to get a bunch of rainwater in it. Oh well.
Would you just take a gander at that lovely rainbow there? And what's at the end of that rainbow, you say? Why, it's a Lincoln 430 engine. By George, it's a lucky day.
All right, I got the truck backed into the shop. I get a little smarter the older I get, because if I try to take it out up there, I won't be able to get past that lip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the carb off real quick, put my mounting plate on there, and then lift it up, drive out. So one more thing to do. And then I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but I'm sure I'll find a spot. Figure I'd video this so I can remember where all the brackets went. It seemed to go there. But these are the smallest carb stud fasteners. They're 7/16. Figured they were 1/2 inch, so hopefully that holds when I lift it up. So I gotta take these choke hoses off, which is an interesting, it's like a pass-through. Huh. Anyway, looks to be a newer carb, or it's just in really good shape. But I was told this engine only has 40,000 miles on it, so I mean, if it's 140, well, it was free, I'd still take it. Well, that should hold long enough for me to pull the truck out and then crash to the floor. So let's do it. Well, here goes nothing. Step one, complete. this thing down before I drop it. Great success! Alright, I got the transmission out. Should have filmed that. That was fun. It's got a newer looking seal in it, or it's in really good shape. So I'm gonna throw the torque converter in here, because once I get this mounted up, I'm not gonna wanna take it off again. So I'll get to that, and then I can bolt the starter on, and you know, who knows what we'll do from there. Making a mess. Maybe. There we go. 2 clicks. It's in. It actually has studs instead of bolts, so that might make it interesting. Lift with your back, kids. They don't make them like they used to. Whew. Well, I'm gonna mess with this. You don't need to watch this, because it could get ugly. Well, it's been about a week or so, a little over a week, since I've been in the shop here, messing with this Lincoln engine. Went to the Good Guys car show down in Loveland this past weekend, the 27th annual. It was a great time. Picked up some parts at the swap meet, and I'll show all that later in a separate video. But I want to try to get this Lincoln engine fired up. I'm really not concerned about it not running, but you never know. Plus, it's fun. So I need to put the starter back on it, kind of fix a little bit of wiring up where the coil, it looks like it just got cut or broke or something. So got to get some juice to the distributor. And then I don't have a solenoid. It's like on the Fords, they're like the fender mounted solenoid. So I don't know if I can just jump start that with just 12 volts straight to the starter, or if I'm gonna melt something. So anyway, let's figure it out. If you don't recall from 3 minutes earlier in this video, there she is. Anyway, found a spot for it. Super convenient in the way. Anyway, it's still here after a week. Didn't fall over, so that's good. So yeah, here's that coil. Like, just got a little clippity clip. So there's the wire that goes to the distributor, and there's just enough color left on that one to tell which one it is. The other one's red, so I guess the power goes to that one. And this one says distributor, or dist. This the one. So hook that up and go from there. All right, I got the coil wiring fixed, and I got this so I can hook it to a battery. But I should have done this first before I bolted it up. I'm gonna see if the starter will turn over. I guess we're gonna see if the engine turns over too if the starter works. So this should kill me. Oop. I may not have enough juice. This is only a 200 amp engine start. I may need to hook up a battery. So that, not gonna work. All right, I got the Bitter-Swede garage how not to do things. Got the ground hooked up, got a new ground cable off my other engine that's doing nothing. And then I got this old positive cable, so see what happens. Oop, that's nice. Just gotta make a connection. Hey, all right, the starter works. That's good. It's good. It's good. It's good for it. Well, if anyone was wondering where the oil sensor fitting is on the 62 MEL engine, it's right under the crank. So I've got 14 different fittings jammed in there. It's probably still gonna leak. We're just trying to slow it down a little bit. So here's my other idea, probably dumb. Got the battery to turn the starter over, and I've got the ground from this jump box. Got it set to a lower setting, and that's hooked to my coil. Because it shouldn't matter if, you know, it's getting power from that, and that power's not feeding this, but the ground's the same. I don't know. Let's give it a whirl. A little gas down the carb. Just a smidgen. See if we can get it to bark off. Don't try this at home, kids. Don't worry. It's in park. Look at the old hammer on the starter trick. Let's give that a go. Of course, all I have is this giant sledge. I'm not gonna lose. There we go. Nothing. Maybe I killed the battery. And I can see in hindsight how this was a really dumb idea. Oop. Well, it runs. There's a big ball of fire. Hopefully you got to see that. I think we've all learned an important lesson here, and that is, don't trust Andy with anything that's flammable. So I've got an even worse idea. I'm gonna fill up the carb through the vent tube with a little gas. That's great. I'm gonna see if this thing will idle, which again, probably not smart, but I've got a fire extinguisher. That was pretty cool. I guess my plug on the oil fitting didn't work, but I didn't want to strip out the threads because that would be no bueno. But yeah, this thing just took off and started running. So I think she's good to go. As long as I keep it inside until I'm gonna actually use it, it should be fine. It's got plenty of oil in it. It runs, all the wiring, and I even hooked up the firing order correctly. I had to like check it 7 times, but I got it. So yeah, I've got some plans for this engine. Includes an old Ford truck that may or may not be familiar to you if you're paying attention to the show. But anyway, it's a kind of a goofy little side project, which that's the definition of my life. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.